right, everybody. Welcome back to the Purple Podcast. This is your host, Austin. Hope you're doing well out there today. That'll be Sad Sack Sunday. And I know we've said it a couple times before getting back to our roots of this show where we started. I would say this is the first time that we're really getting back to the roots of our show and that we are watching an HBO weekly release show again on Sundays. You know, we started with Last of Us, took a break, watched some movies, haven't gotten back to HBO yet, but now here we are getting back to it with it. Welcome to Derry, Season 1, Episode 1, titled The Pilot. Joining me today are my fellow colleagues, trusty friends of mine, Griffin and Mike. Welcome, fellas. Welcome.
Seems we've been demoted, Dad. We're just friends at this point.
Hey, with this cat, you take what you can get, Griff.
I said trusty friends.
What trusty?
Hey, we're trusty, all right.
Yeah,
hey,
we're definitely trusty.
You're right, Oz. This is something we haven't done for a while. Weekly release, kind of exciting. Makes you feel good because we're all in the same spot. It's not like Stranger Things where you have a little bit more that we don't have. I mean, this is all of us at the same time. So, yeah, I think we're doing something fun here, man.
Let's get something straight. There's nothing fun at all about Welcome to Derry. Okay, boys? This is one that you guys have bagged me into. I will tell you this. This one didn't scare me, boys, as bad as I thought. Don't get me wrong. Because I know Austin, this will be a real, hey, he said he wasn't scared.
Right.
This is going to scare the shit out of me. I know it's coming, guaranteed. But you know what? I think, as Austin said, this is the pilot. This is to get you engaged with this. It is interesting. It's crazy. Yeah.
It doesn't take long to get crazy either. It jumps right into it.
Oh no. When he gets in the car, with the mom and dad and those two kids, you knew this thing was going to be different.
Oh, our first sad sack of the series, Maddie. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maddie is a sad sack. Oh yes.
Yeah. He might be the sad sack of this one, but there's going to be a lot to choose from throughout this, I would say. My initial impression of the show, the jury's still out, in my opinion. I still need to get more of it. I am excited for the next episode, which is coming out. It is Thursday for us right now. Friday Eve. It is also Halloween Eve. People call it the Devil's Night in some places. They call it Mischief Night in others. But it is the day before Halloween here, and at 3 a.m. on Halloween Day. So kind of, if you want to say tonight, it's going to be releasing at 3 a.m. so we can watch it. Not on Sunday. It's coming out tomorrow. So Griff, maybe with you in town, maybe we find a way to watch that tomorrow together. I don't know if we'll have time or it'll make sense, but I'm going to find it. I'm going to try to watch it myself.
Tomorrow?
Yeah,
the next episode is?
Yeah, for Halloween, I guess is their idea.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that'd be fun then. I feel like we could definitely figure that out. Yeah. I was just doing it a second ago, but in honor of that mutant baby that looks like a little devil, look what I wore today, guys. My little hot sauce with the little mutant baby. You can't see it on my shirt? Little mutant.
Oh, my gosh.
It's too small on my screen. They can probably see it back at home.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, as soon as I saw that little spawn come out, I laughed my ass off.
Yeah.
That little bastard, he looked just like Hellboy when Hellboy came out. I went, it's Hellboy. I was laughing. But then, it went from, oh, that's funny to, damn, this isn't so funny. This little sucker's evil as hell. So, I'm like, oh, this is not, I thought it was going to be let's stay funny. I can live with that. But, man, he's an evil little bastard.
Well, I didn't think it was that damn funny when he popped out of the mama's, you know what? I was kind of like, what's happening?
I don't know if there was any question or whether or not that fucking thing was going to be evil the way it was.
Oh, there was
moving
no
around
doubt.
inside of her and then came out, started flying around.
Oh my God.
I thought that scene, the first scene of it that we're left with, I think that might have been my favorite scene of the entire show, to be honest, just in terms of effectiveness. Yeah, the last scene obviously has the shock factor and shock value element of it. The first scene also has the shock value of it. But I think the twist in that one was really nice, really effective. And then, of course, I checked out Reddit, and a lot of people had a lot of negative things because that's just what Reddit is for, is just negative ass hats, I think is what it is really. So a lot of people jumping off the wagon as soon as that baby came out, talking about shitty CGI. It's like, whatever, man. It's a clown that fell down from, he's an alien that came from outer space and is terrorizing this town. So like, well, I'm not going to get too into the believability of it all or anything like that, but I think their issues and gripes were with the actual CGI of it and just the absurdity maybe. But I don't know. I'm entertained by the show. I think some of the acting was a little cheesy in spots. I don't know how believable some of these kids are as like 60s kids. Some of them seem a little present day kids delivering 60s lines kind of thing. And it's a little, it's a little too on the nose in places. There's some parts that just don't altogether make full sense. I think this episode, it wasn't amazing in my opinion. It was fun. I think it itself is just a really cool premise, and it's going to be fun. And we're going to have a lot to talk about. There's at least some good content to be made from it, which I'm excited for. And that starts off with this first scene in the twist. Maddie's trying to leave the town. And the family, like I didn't expect it. I wasn't really thinking it, like for a show that you might expect to be on edge with everything as you go into it. I really wasn't thinking it. It's like, oh, he's going to get out of here in Portland. It was kind of weird that the parents would be like, oh yeah, we'll just not take you home to your parents and drive you to a new city. Sure, bud. This 12-year-old kid. But then as soon as the girl reaches into that box and it says liver on it, and starts fucking with it, and it's like, oh god, what is it? And then it starts twisting, and
you see that little boy really like cross-eyed, and you're like, oh no, because that just reminded me of I think It does that in the newer.
Well, he made the It face. He for sure made the It face, the Pennywise face, that smile, that Skarsgård, signature smile that he was able to bring to the newer films. We didn't get to see him yet, old Pennywise. But,
no, not yet. We got to, what was cool to me, like you talked about this opening scene, and it is really cool because it's very shocking and it just introduces you really quickly to what this series is. But as Maddie gets that pacifier knocked out of his mouth, it flies out of the car and it goes into that little channel. And then we see it go under basically to the sewers, which anybody who knows it, that's a familiar sight and kind of just immediately tells you where you're at. And then that's when we get our title sequence and, everything comes out of the water. Welcome to Derry. So that was definitely a pretty cool thing. I agree.
Guys, as one that doesn't know anything about it, I don't have a clue. Okay. So I'm going to be the first one to tell you, I've never watched one of these movies. I never intend to. No, I'm not going to watch them. But I am, as Austin says, I'm entertained. I thought it started out a little quirky, but you could tell it's going to get spooky. This little bastard, he's evil as can be. I don't know. I don't know who it is. I just know I saw, I was extremely confused. All I know is I saw a kid looking like Maggie Simpson with the pacifier in his mouth. That kind of freaked me out right off the bat. I'm like, that is weird. Yeah. So tell me, guys, and who is it out of this group? Who is it? Maddie? Tell me.
No, what? That's not how it works. So let's set you up for success here, Mike.
Come on, help a brother out.
It is essentially, and I don't know all of this. I don't know all the lore, and that's one thing that's awesome about this kind of these shows and things, that they're going to throw in a lot of Easter eggs that we're not going to get. So there's a lot that's going to go over our head. We're going to miss. There's things from the books that are being shown and that are very subtle in this. But it is essentially a shape-shifting evil entity that torments the town of Derry and comes back every 27 years. So what we're going to get from this series, there's 3 seasons of it. we're going to get 3 different time periods, and they're going to be the time periods that it returns. He's hibernating, I guess you could say, for 27 years, and he's going to come back and torment the town. Kids are easy targets. They're easy to – he feeds on fear. So kids are very easily scared. And, that's why he also kind of tends to gravitate towards tormented children as well. Kind of like Vecna in Stranger Things, you could say.
I'm watching that right now.
I don't know how far you guys are into that right now, but yeah, it's that kind of similar premise that he's feeding on the fear of these children, and those are kind of his targets. How he came here, apparently he was an alien of sorts that crash landed. I think that's the thing. I haven't read the book. I don't know that. They're not going to show that, but all you need to know is that he is here in Derry. It's where he lives. He lives in the sewers, and he's just a shape-shifting demon entity of sorts that torments the town every 27 years.
He looks like a clown, but what he means by that, Dad, is like he can turn into anything just to scare you. Whatever you're afraid of is how he's going to present. I think if I'm not mistaken, he most commonly presents as a clown, because I think there's that tie of like some kids love clowns and then they'll come over to him because he is a clown. But then there's the eerie kind of unsettling element of some people not liking clowns. So it's just kind of freaky. But
yeah. And his
I'm
clown
sure that clears it up for you.
Wise.
That clears it up for you, doesn't it, Dad?
Oh, 100% clear as mud. Clear as mud. Again, I think Austin was right. I think this is going to be a neat story. I like that they're showing 1962.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea that you guys are getting to see, I wasn't around in 62, but I heard from my parents that, they were always worried about a bombing in the United States. So, there was all these bunkers, and they really hit that pretty hard.
What's the turtle's name? Duck and Cover.
Bert. Duck and
Bert
Cover.
the turtle.
Bert the turtle, duck and cover.
Duck and cover.
They have that one kid dressed up at the school like that. Is this a high school or is this a middle school? These are kids, right? This has to be a middle
there's
school.
no way
it's got to be a middle school.
Yeah,
but they looked kind of high schoolish too. Like it was almost like it wanted to be there. I don't know. They showed in the beginning. It might say high school because
Austin at one time high schools also had middle schools, and they had middle schools and high schools at the same time.
Yeah. That might be right.
Yeah. From what I know of they should be kind of middle school age. I think high school is a little too old for what I've seen in It movies before, like the 2 It movies that I've seen, I guess. But that's the thing. I didn't really like a lot of the kids too much. I had a tough time with Phil, especially. I think Phil was
I think Phil was actually pretty funny to me. Like he had a weird kind of zaniness that suits my humor really well. Like him just kind of going off the deep end, talking about random shit. And then they have when they're actually going up to that, it's not a lighthouse, but that overlook that they hang out at. They're riding their bikes and you just hear this conversation where he says, why else would men have nipples? Once the aliens take over, we're going to be breastfeeding like crazy. Just something so stupid. I was like, God, that's so dumb.
I liked when he was being a peeping Tom and he had to call out, like one of the show writers had some kind of joke that they wanted to get in about the pointy bras, back in that era, whatever it was. It's like, there's no way there's just cones underneath there. I thought that was kind of goofy and funny, but yeah, I didn't love him. He looks like the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs guy a bit. I actually, and then old Ted kind of looks like Jojo Rabbit, the main character in that, if you've seen that one.
That's
so
funny.
that, and then I'd like to, from our kind of kids, I think I actually did like Ted a little more. I don't know if he was like a little mouse or something though, man. He was so reserved and kind of quiet and like stoic in a way.
I mean,
and so serious. But
I watched this episode
the most.
I watched it twice because no kidding. That first time I watched it, I was a bit tired.
Oh, he froze up.
What's up?
Yeah,
he froze a little bit on us.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, I've been here the whole time as far as I know. But I watched this twice. The first time I watched it, I was shocked. Like I didn't know what the hell was going on, so I had to watch it 2 times. But when I watched it the second time, I actually really enjoyed Teddy's character. I just thought he was inquisitive and kind of, he had a little bit of there was a little bit of a complexity to his character. And, he obviously is processing some guilt about Maddie's disappearance. We get the little tidbits about he and Phil were paid in candy, apparently, from Maddie's mom.
So they can't be high schoolers,
go to his birthday. Yeah, I mean, just stupid stuff like that. But I actually I like Teddy.
I think Ted was my favorite of the kids.
Yeah. Just to spill the beans, how shocked were you guys at the end when he gets ripped apart and you're like, oh my God, he's dead?
Well, I was pretty damn surprised, right? And that's of course the intention. They actually foreshadow it in a way. If you look at his locker, when they say like Teddy urine or something, there's like a picture of him like scissors cutting him in half and his eyes crossed out. So yeah, what about a big theme in this one and is just bullying. Like we see Lily and the horrific story of her father. I guess
that's what I was going to talk about. That was horrible.
He got crushed up in gears and ended up in pickle jars all around the state, and people are putting pickles in.
That never happened.
Oh my God! There's pickles.
I thought that was really screwed up, and I didn't.
Awful.
We didn't get it when we saw the pickle jar fall out of her locker. Until like later when she's talking to Maddie in that flashback, she said, yeah, he worked at a jarring company like pickles. And it's like, oh God, like what terrible, terrible kids, man. Yeah. Well, Dad, you weren't alive in 62, but you talked about was bullying in the school system. Wasn't more prevalent. Austin and I went to Catholic grade school. We didn't see a lot of that.
You all couldn't see it because Griffin, I've told you all this, that bullying that was commonplace. It was, you were asking the other day about being sarcastic. Everybody was sarcastic. You had to be. I mean, that was your way of kind of dealing with it because, when you were in middle school, if you were in the 6th grade, the 8th graders were bullying you, or 7th and 8th graders were bullying you. Then when you got 7th grade, 8th graders were bullying you. Then you were 8th grade, you were king of the mountain, and that's just how it was. And then you're like, hey, I'm all big and bad. Then you go to high school and get bullied for 3 years. It's just the way it was, Griffin. The world's changed quite a bit. I think it's a good thing that we're not doing that. It was torment. There's kids that, and I told you I had a 40-year, kind of get together with some guys. And one of the guys I haven't seen, came over and I apologized to him. I'm like, man, I'm sorry, man. I was a complete asshole to you. I was horrible to this guy, and I was, and, I'm ashamed of that. And there was guys that bullied me, went to, one of them went to Churchill Downs and, we were talking about that. I'm like, man, he was tough on me. So
everybody hurts.
Yes, we all hurt.
Everybody cries.
Hey, I was thinking more of the I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare. I'm just a kid.
You guys are something else.
I would say that's, maybe it's not like a newer thing, but like even when we were kids, Griffin, I feel like there was like, it wasn't like horrific bullying per se, but I think kids are just kind of fucking mean. Like they're just kind of mean.
Of course they're mean.
And there's some things that I am not proud of if I really think back and was like, God.
Well, you have so little perspective and you're just reactionary, man. So oh my gosh.
Your brain's I always say your brain's just not developed enough, Guys, we're talking about the kid. You all were talking about Lily. I think she was one. You're talking about the kids. I really liked her. Yeah, I liked her.
I did like Lily.
The other boys, I'm kind of with you all. You could tell they were kind of goofballs. I call those throwaway characters. You kind of knew they were going to bite the dust.
I didn't. No, you didn't. You did not know they were. At least not in the first episode.
He said they were throwaways.
Guys, it's just like when it's like when we're watching Stranger Things. My one of the things that my brain always goes to is, okay, which one is not important enough? Out. They're out. And the one that got me, on Stranger was Billy. I couldn't believe we lost Billy, but that's a whole nother story. But this one, I thought they were throwaways. I think Lily's a keeper hopefully for a while. The scene that got me, guys, that it just, when she came out and she was still holding, and I wrote, what's the little girl's name?
Susie.
She's still holding Susie's hand in her hand. I went, oh my God, this is gonna get real. And again, this is
Scrappy Doo.
Yeah,
that's America Erica right there. That's who that character is. You know it, Susie.
Yeah,
they have that scene, and the scene that's ripped straight. Let's not say ripped, but just like Stranger Things. When I don't know how far you are into season 4, Griff, but when they go and start looking through like the old newspapers at the library. We did the exact same thing here.
Oh yeah.
When they're looking into, the
microfiche.
Yeah, they go and they got that old scroll that they're looking
microfiche.
Is that what what's that? Is that what it's
microfiche?
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's how you used to do. You would do like a term paper and you would have to research looking through those. So
I bet that was
oh my God. that was one of those you were hoping you had you either had a smart roommate, smart guy, smart buddy in your fraternity, or the always trusted, I hope I have a really smart girlfriend. So, that was always one you kind of leaned on because, man, there was a lot of research and a lot of digging you had to do. If you can imagine how tough that was to dig through that garbage.
Oh, yeah.
Golly, it's terrible.
So our characters that we're kind of left with, you better like Lily because it seems like she's still here, and they're probably not just going to kill her this next episode. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we got our big shock out of the way in this pilot, with those, those characters, those seemingly main characters that they set us up with biting the dust horrifically right away from the bigger and badder mutant baby, and also Ronnie, who we don't get much of at all. I thought it was kind of cool. That scene when they go to ask her about it, and then they're walking away. It's like singing in the sewers, and she's eyes widen up, and
that got her.
I'm interested now. Yeah,
I liked her.
Well, we got to see her class at the very beginning of the episode when she doesn't rat out where Maddie's gone, and we get to see her dad, and I think her dad Hank is the character. I think we're going to see some of him too. I kind of got the sense of that.
Yeah, just a little snack at the beginning there.
Here's a question: do you think that Lily put Maddie under by not giving him a smooch on that balcony? What do you think? Did that send him down a path of destruction?
That's what hooked that. He wanted to get out of Derry after that. Nothing to stay for anymore. Maddie's got to go.
Yeah, I think he destroyed his ego at that moment. So he maybe had to.
It wasn't a fucking pacifier. At 12 years old, he's still sucking on.
Yeah, I mean, in the movies, he's sucking on a pacifier.
No, these aren't the same characters, Mike.
Dad, this is not a. Yeah, this is the movie. This isn't the movie. This is a TV series.
This is a different era.
This is a totally different thing. Totally different.
It is Derry.
Why would you think they're redoing the movie in episodes?
Yeah.
Why did you think that?
I don't even want to start it. Guys, at the beginning of this, he's sitting in a theater and he gets run out of the theater.
Yeah.
He's sucking on a pacifier. Did he not?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. What the hell are you two talking about?
What do you mean?
Assholes?
It's not in the movies. Oh, you're talking about he's at the movie.
He's watching the what was it called? The
he is
Music
at
Man.
The movies. He is not in
He's at the movies watching Music Man.
It was the word. It was an article that screwed us up. In versus at. That's what it was.
Continue on, Austin. I don't know where you're all headed. You can tell who's
gotcha.
Yeah, sorry. Oh my God, the kid was watching the Music Man.
Yeah, he was watching the Music Man. And
thank you,
Austin. You and I were both confused, though, weren't we?
I was confused. I thought he was talking about the movies. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
Well,
sorry,
thank
Mike.
you.
I'll apologize to you.
Nope, that's fine.
Okay, you don't want it?
Hey, I'll take it. You know I will. Thank you, Austin.
Well,
We also have this whole-
hey. He was in the movie. At the very end, he was in the Music Man. How about that?
He was.
That-
and so was the family that was in the car. They were
Now,
around
how
him. I didn't
freaky was
recognize
that?
until the second time.
That was crazy.
That was freaky.
That was cool. Those are the two best scenes: the intro
Oh,
and the outro.
There was only really two great scenes. Oh my God! Now hey, there it is.
I think we got a regular Pennywise on our hands. He just had
Hey,
some balloons fly up from
That
the
is
screen.
not cool at all. That was not cool.
Yeah, give us a smile. What you got?
That was not cool at all, guys. Oh man. No, those Austin, you're absolutely right. Those were the two big scenes. I thought, you know, the car scene where the little spawn comes out, and then the scene at the end when Maddie walks toward the screen, and then all of a sudden he releases. Let's just call it hell. He releases hell, that little demon, and like you said, you know, okay, I got to be honest. I did not think that we were going to see some kids die, but I did think those two characters were not going to be around long. But no, I did not think that it was going to happen the very first episode, not the pilot. No, I did not. That definitely grabs your attention.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely, it did.
Another like scene in there that I kind of enjoyed was Teddy at home, the dinner with his father. You know, this this Jewish family, and you could tell that that's kind of a staple of that household. Yuri is actually one of the names of one of the kids in the movies, Griffin. So this guy, Teddy, was, I guess, he's family with one of the Yuris in the kid group in the movies. And I think Teddy's brother is the father of one of those children in the movies. So that's just kind of a connecting force there. And the lampshade, the skin lampshade, that was kind of
that was bad, Austin.
Yeah, that was a little creepy there. And then there's the whole kind of like military plot line that's going on.
Right.
I was about to ask.
Actually, probably my biggest gripe of the entire first episode is when, let me grab his name, Leroy. Leroy is sleeping and these people come in and I don't know. They're trying to steal some military information on this base, I believe, of sorts. I really didn't know what they fucking were because they handled it so.
I almost thought it was like literally the group that he was with, the Air Force, like trying to see what he was made of. I almost thought it was like some weird test, but it was. I thought it
was a test at first, and then it wasn't a test.
Well,
obviously,
the reason, and I agree with you, Austin, why the scene fell apart for me is they left in like this big hurry all of a sudden, and it was like, what? Like, there's no way.
They were about to shoot him in the head, and there were three of them actually. I thought there were two the whole time, and then there were three walking out the door.
Yeah, and Polly, and then they run out, and Polly's like, "Oh, who are they? Ha ha ha! How's my hair?" It's like, what the fuck? It's like, it was so stupid.
It was pretty bad. That scene. It's like, did someone like miss something here? Because these guys are barely out the door. They're already saying jokes.
Yeah.
Why aren't you going after these guys? Like, they're still here. They're just going to let them walk off the property? What's going on? Like, it raised so many questions because it just wasn't cohesive. It didn't make any fucking sense. So that's probably one of my biggest gripes. A really interesting part of the military side of things is, there's that other guy that's kind of giving those weird eyes at Leroy, right? That's driving him around. That guy, and you can see it from his name. I don't think this is spoiling anything. What is his name? I can't find his character on IMDb right now.
Halloran.
Yeah, there you go. Dick Halloran. Dick Halloran is the cook in The Shining. This is it's a Stephen King world. So like it's actually connected. He is the same character. So if you know anything about The Shining, there's this thing called the Shine, which puts people kind of in touch with the supernatural. You can see ghosts. You can kind of see future. You have kind of visions and things like that. So this guy's giving Leroy these weird kind of eyes. It was almost like Get Out in a way, like something.
Yeah, it was.
It's like he wanted to warn him with these looks, but it's like he didn't say anything. He didn't make it overtly clear that there was some kind of warning in that. But we're going to see more of that guy. Certainly, he has some kind of part to play, and I'm interested to see where this military storyline goes, because I don't think it got too far off the ground for me yet. I don't really know what they're doing. There's a secret hangar that they do. What did they say it was? That's for,
Oh yeah, it's like secret operations or something
like that.
Project.
Yeah. So there's something going on, and it'll be interesting to see. As much as like I don't think this first episode was perfect, I'm skeptical to see how they do some things going forward, because that, like I said, that scene on the base with the fight was just really they should have not had that happen that way. That there's no really excuse. It's just kind of bad in my opinion. But overall, I was entertained. There's a lot of shock value and like fun in this. I think the story of it is still compelling and interesting. We're going to see these kids. I love a good old mystery. So I'm excited for the next episodes, and I'm excited for the season, even though I don't think it's going to be one that I'm like, dumbfounded by its excellence. I don't think it's going to be one of those, but I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. And it's obviously a massive like pop culture, I don't want to say sensation. It is recycled IP, of course, but a lot of people are watching.
Well, what was you sent us something before we got on today saying that this was like the third most streamed series on HBO Max of all time. Like already.
5.7 million people have seen this first episode. So yeah, people are watching it. We'll see how those numbers dwindle or rise as the season goes on. But,
for sure.
I'm looking forward to it. We've already said our favorite scenes, guys. Do we want to move into our favorite characters here? I think we kind of covered it already, but let's just lock them in.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite character was Teddy. I liked Teddy. I thought that he had a little bit something extra going on with him, and I just like some of the questions he was posing, and I just kind of enjoyed his character. There's even that scene where he and Phil are in his bedroom kind of making this comic book or something. It seemed like that's what they were interested in doing. That's a big theme, is just seeing these comics. And maybe a quick little aside again.
Reality is scary enough as is.
Comics, I was going to say,
fantasy.
Comics were definitely out of style, I would say, when we were growing up. Were those big when you were growing up, Dad? Comic books?
Not really, but there were a lot of the kids liked them, but it was before my time. That was probably my parents would have been. That was kind of their thing. The Supermans, the Spider-Mans, Jughead, the Archies, those kind of things were big in their day, because they collected them. This
one has some of that Archie feel in a way. It's the same era. I would like to read some comic books. I think it would be a whole lot of fun. I've read a comic book, parts of a series before. I think it was like a Stephen King something, or maybe it wasn't, but it was like a zombie kind of story of like an infection breaking out kind of thing. And it's really fun. It's really cool. Obviously you have the pictures that go along with it, and there's a whole style to comics that is fun. And, Superman, we did that Superman movie, it's a very comic book movie in a way. So there's some fun with comics, and that is a big theme of it. It's around, and, obviously Teddy, he's a big kind of comic book guy, and they're drawing, and I guess, are they making their own comic? I didn't quite catch that.
I heard Phil had a little quick line where he said, "Oh, I know you're the one writing it, but I had this idea." And, I just like, because Teddy goes, "Man, it was 4 months ago that Maddie disappeared." And Phil kind of says, "Oh, yeah." And he goes on, he says, "I'm trying to talk about him." I just kind of enjoyed how Teddy was I just liked him. That would definitely be my pick for favorite character.
Yeah. Teddy's mine as well. I liked Teddy. And as I watched again, I think it kind of solidified it more. He's a little old fella, man. He looks small on screen. And when I feel like people typically look bigger on screen. Teddy sure did. And that guy looked like Teddy. He looked like Despero, he's a little
cat.
He's a little dude.
Like a little
guys, I've already said mine.
I
thought Lily, I thought she, again, I was extremely confused. Guys, you all can tell by my opening statement. I don't even know who the hell it is.
We all were confused.
Yeah. Well, I was extremely confused, and You know what, Griffin, you're a genius. You watched it again. I should have probably watched it. I should have watched it again. And but I will say this, it was different. It's something that, as you guys know, that's why you all want me watching this. I would never watch this in a million years, but I will tell you, Austin's right on. Horror movies are where it's at. People love this. People love to be scared the hell out of for some reason.
It's getting more popular too. Like I was even reading, I forget where this was, but I was reading that rom-coms are going way out of fashion compared to horror films. Like I heard that big, studios now are pushing to make more horror content because that's what's selling right now. That's what people want to watch. Yeah. And there's kind of hypotheses and thoughts to say, well, maybe it's because we're becoming a generally more isolated culture. So people want some excitement. They want to be kind of woken up and they want something that gets them going. Like people love it, man. So it's not going away. It's quite the opposite. And I mean, I'll say this, I haven't seen maybe you could say like The Walking Dead or something. I don't know, but I feel like this is one of the primary, series that I can think of where it is so explicitly in the horror genre. I feel like that's not super common, is it? That, that's like the big thing.
How about The Last of Us?
I say that's what I mean. I don't think The Last of Us hits it like that. I think The Last of Us is a little different.
Well, yeah, you could definitely say that about the show because you're not, something that people have been very critical of the show is there's not as much infected as they might like, which would lean more into the horror side of things, explicitly. Yeah. But yeah, it's more of a human kind of look.
Griffin, I said it in our last Stranger Things. I think that's what Stranger Things this fourth season seems to be.
I feel like this is like way more forward in being a horror movie. Like look at this thumbnail that we have here. That is not a Stranger Things thumbnail. That's not a damn Last of Us. I don't know. Maybe I'm not getting my point across, but I feel like this is more like this is supposed to like really, really freak you out. Like
this is supposed to be creepy stuff.
Yeah, well, part of the the whole selling of this, when you read like the description, it's like a terrifying. It's Stephen
King. Yeah, it's horror.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get terrifying on The Last of Us or Stranger Things. I don't think that's your pitch. It's more like mystery. No. You have some of that, but this is like a horror more specifically. So, yeah, just a little.
Do you guys have a
bit?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Do you guys have? Yeah. Do you guys have a 6-man for this one? I didn't really have
I don't even know what her name is, but it's Lily's friend. With the big glasses. I thought she was kind of funny. Marge, yeah, because she's like, oh, does this make me look like I have bug eyes? I thought that was kind of funny. Like,
there was one line she has where she says like a very just on the nose, like 60s adjective or something. And it's like,
she said it's Ginchy. What does that mean? That's what it was. What does that mean, Dad?
Yeah, Mike.
Clueless, guys. I don't know what Ginchy means. Sorry, I can't help you with that one.
The Ginchyist.
Yeah. She's actually in I didn't recognize her at all, but there's a small series called Station 11 that she's a pretty prominent role as a little kid. I did not recognize her at all. I don't think I've seen her in anything since then either, but just in kind of looking at this, she's from that, which is kind of fun. I think that's a good 6-man, but what are her motives? She's one of those girls, and I think she's going to come around, right? She's going to come around and be there for Lily, or is she going to completely abandon her for the popular crowd? Because that's what we're kind of seeing in her story. Do we have a sad second? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I agree with you, but I'm seeing like at least a little bit of she wants to be there for you. Like, you just make it really hard sometimes. I looked it up.
She probably does too, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, my Looney Lily Bainbridge. But I read Ginchy is apparently like awesome. That's what it is. The like to be Ginchy. So that's interesting. But I mean, sad sack for me is definitely Maddie. And I mean, look no further.
No doubt.
No further than him sucking on a pacifier as a teenager or whatever he is. It's just like, what are you doing, kid? And I mean, I get it if like maybe when you're all alone, you have your little thing you do, but he's doing it in a damn movie theater. He's doing it when he's hitchhiking. It's like, dude, that just looks freaking weird, man. So,
yeah, it's interesting because he's, the pacifier is meant to be a symbol of like neglect and not like, been given the training wheels to grow up in a way. So he's leaning back on this thing from his, baby time. So which would mean like his parents aren't looking out for him or caring about him or just neglectful.
Well, and we got a hint of that when Hank says, you seen that kid's parents?
Yeah, they say that, but at the same time, his mom cared so much about him to pay these kids to go to the movies with him for his birthday and give him candy, which kind of is contradicting in a way. And his father, you can take this one way or the other, but he says, if my father knows I'm out this late, he definitely beats his ass. That's what happens. His dad beats him, but I guess he's not necessarily, neglectful, like not even paying a mind to him, but maybe he is. I guess we didn't see it, but yeah, one way or another, Maddie wants to get out of town, but there is no escaping Derry. That's one of my themes. It's like there's no escape. This kid tries to leave. He gets in a car, and of course, it's that goddamn clown. I guess he's playing 5 people, and I think my 6 man. Here's my 6 man. It's the kid spelling. I thought he was good. I thought the kid in the car spelling.
There you go.
I thought he was pretty damn good. He was creepy when he kind of turned it on.
Creepy. Yeah,
he was good. Well done for that little kid. I thought he was one of the better kid actors in it. Sad sack. I think you could also go with Lily, man. Ted, Phil, and Maddie. That's not all.
Hey, the sad sack could be Lily's dad. That was horrible.
Yeah, that is a sad sack. He's in
sent
pickle
around
jars
the country
all over the
in
state.
Pickle jars, man.
Guys, that is the. If you've ever run a building, that's your biggest fear is somebody getting hurt like that, and it's
You get hurt.
No, you get killed. I mean that happened at one of the facilities over there off Westport Road, and oh man, it reaches out to every business, and it scares you to death. So
I remember
that was horrible.
I remember working, not to laugh at this, but I remember working construction and doing concrete, and I'm standing up on these forms. I'm probably 10, 12 feet up in the air, and if I fell, I could get really fucking hurt. It's raining, pouring down. This was years ago at this point, and I remember just thinking, it's like, dude, I'm not fucking dying for a job. That is just the worst. It's like, just dying in some stupid way like that on the job, a place you don't even want to be at, probably, dude. Like, oh God, it's terrible.
And that's Lily's dad.
That's Lily's dad. And Lily,
he's the sad sack, guys.
Why I'm saying Lily is, maybe the sad sack of it is, Teddy, Phil, Maddie, Susie, they're all dead. They're gone. Okay. It's pretty sad. Yes. Very sad.
And she's holding Susie's hand.
But Lily's still here living with the anguish.
Yeah, she's got
her father.
Oh God, that's awful.
Pretty damn sad story for that cat.
So bad.
Themes and things, fellas.
Abandonment, loss, terror, spawn, evil, trouble.
Yeah, nice.
Well done.
And abuse.
There's only 2 things in this world that I'm afraid of.
Nice.
And one of them is nuclear war.
Good for you, Griffin.
Hell, I think we might have the other 2. We got the other. We got circus folk.
Circus folk. Connie's.
Right.
Smell of cabbage.
Guys, I'm sitting here watching it.
We got nuclear war and Connie.
Yeah, we got that. And I mean, 60s. We got the 60s theme. We got comic books. We got the movies.
Cinema.
Capital.
Film.
Cinema. Yeah, I mean, I think
we got the Music Man. We
get we get a touch of bigotry as well, which is interesting. We hear about, we hear about with what the hell's his name? Teddy's family. They're Jewish. His dad mentions, we know real atrocity is Jews. You know, we don't need it from your comic books too. We also see that one guy in the service not respecting Hanlon, Leroy.
Right.
So we get a little bit of that too. So I mean, it fits the era, of course.
There's a little Easter egg on like the billboard of like there's some kind of like white supremacist group in town.
Okay.
Oh no!
So that
Okay.
guy's probably a
So
a
we'll
partaker.
see how that goes. Yeah, but I mean, those would kind of be my main themes. I think you hit the rest of them, Dad. You know, you're getting a little bit of the spookiness and the terror and the mystery and the just absurdity of there being a freaking demon baby flying around. I mean, what the hell's happening?
Yeah.
Guys, I have to tell you all something funny. So, you know, I'm watching Welcome to Derry, and it ends. This, Griffin, if you remember, I texted you and I said, hey, is there a part 2?
Oh.
Guess what came on right after it went off, and I'm like, oh my God, what did I just watch?
Did it start playing it?
Notes.
Yeah.
It starts playing it, and it's like, oh shit. It starts breaking out with this. He's in the sewer and he's looking up, and I'm like, oh my God.
Hiya, Georgie.
Yeah, it's it. There it is. And I went, oh my God, it's already started. And I mean, the good news, it's 9:00 in the morning here in Florida, sun shining in. I said, bring it on. So I rewound it and I went, man, this just really shifted gears quick. And I went back and I'm like, oh my God, this is the movie. I'm like, nope, not watching this. So I thought it just did it right now. I was just watching season 1. It went right back to it, the movie. And he's looking up from so I thought you would find that funny.
Yeah, the movie's pretty damn good. I enjoy the movie. I might have to watch it.
I need to watch part 2 myself.
Yeah, I think part 2 is not supposed to be as well thought of.
Okay.
But guys, please, during this, if there's, again, I am not putting any research into this. I'm just watching it for pure, I don't know if it's pleasure, but I'm watching it to just add content because I'm a good sport. And I want to try to add something from someone that knows nothing about this. So if I say something silly like I did earlier, please just tell me what's going on. I had no idea that this was something that he's extraterrestrial or he's, I don't know what.
Yeah, I didn't know that part, but I had to.
I had no idea. I swear, I thought because the kids were saying that he was down in the sewers that Maddie was, what Maddie was going to end up being him. He's a little kid going around and he was this little evil bastard. So thank you for clarifying that to me, for me.
Pretty off base, but it's all right, Mike. I see the wheels turning, man. So
hey, something's turning.
What are your themes, Os?
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to get them out. Mike kept.
I know.
Oh my God.
I got Maine. We were just in Maine for Casper.
Hey, there you go.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
nice.
Stephen King for sure.
Mystery, supernatural, cursed town, all like Stranger Things, of course.
Yeah.
I mentioned No Escape. This one, that's maybe not as much as a thing that we see in Stranger Things, but gore. This is overtly more gory and intense when it comes to the violence and what we see. I mean, shit, Teddy got ripped in half and thrown up against the projector. So pretty gory scene. 60s, I got Turtles. And then, of course, you stole my nuclear war one. I was
were you going to do that?
That was on the nose, wasn't it? No, I was going to say nuclear war. It was my last one. Nuclear war.
Got him.
He got me.
That's awesome.
He went first, and
didn't disappoint.
It was good. He did well with it. I can't be mad. But yeah, guys, where it goes next, it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I'm excited. I don't quite know. We need to see what happens in that military storyline. I'm not sure how they're gonna tie that in. His family's coming. He mentioned that, so that's gonna be something that happens. Old Leroy's family. So.
Yeah, good point.
That and his kind of development with, I already forgot his name again, but the other guy was giving him looks. The shot.
I thought his name was Phil.
Yeah. Oh, he's talking about Dick Halloran.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think that'll be really interesting how they tie him in, and knowing that kind of connected in the Stephen King universe is always a cool thing. There's a lot of shit like that you see and hear from. I wonder if they'll have any mention of old Shawshank Prison or something like that. That'd be kind of funny. I doubt it, but.
And Andy Dufresne.
And Andy Dufresne. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Andy Dufresne. I didn't have anything funny to say. I thought I might have had a joke for a second. But, yeah, guys, how we feeling? What are your guys' things? I said that I'm not fully on board yet. I'm on board in that I'm going to keep watching, of course. No doubt. We're doing a goddamn podcast on it. But in terms of, like, my enjoyment, I think it's there. I think I'm going to have fun with it. But it's got some ways to go to prove anything more than just an entertaining watch, I guess.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm pretty much right there. Like, I think it's cool that we're doing it. I was not in love with this first episode. I thought when I watched it a second time, it was better. I'll give it that.
Me too.
I did like it more when I watched the second time, but I'm not in love with it just yet, but we're going to keep giving it a chance. And it's fun to be doing this. And I mean, you know how it is, Purple Podcast. We just keep growing and expanding ourselves. Austin, you're telling me that we're getting a few more followers on some of the platforms here. Things are picking up just a little bit, and we're building. I'm hoping that us watching Welcome to Derry just brings in even more people, because that we're pushing and we just want to be making good content that people can enjoy and kind of chill out with. So that's the whole plan here, and that's what we're doing.
Yep. And if you're new, guys, welcome to the Sad Sack Club.
Absolutely. And again, give the people what they want. Again, this is something, I said it twice now. There's no way in hell would I watch this. But you know what? This is a big one. This is one of the biggest for HBO, as we know. So why not? Let's give it a shot. And guys, for those of you out there going, hey, this old man has no idea what he's saying, probably don't. I probably don't. But I will tell you this. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna give you my take. Please. Kick me all you want. I'm fine with that, because again, this is, as we say quite a bit on this Sad Sack Thursday for Sunday, is this isn't my bag, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah,
nothing wrong with it.
No,
well,
sir.
All right, guys. I'll let you say your goodbyes. I'll say mine after you all, and we'll get on out of here.
Heck yeah. Well, again, Purple Podcast. You know us. We just keep doing this. Regardless of what we're watching, I love doing this, boys. I love getting this time in. And again, Purple Podcast forever. We're pushing forward. We're making things happen. We got a lot of talks going on, a lot of moves in the works. So just keep on listening, guys. We appreciate you very much.
Yeah, I mean, up next, guys, we're going to be doing Stranger Things. And this is season 4. We're doing 1 through 5, guys. I just finished up chapter 5. I can't say I love it. You won't hear me say that. But I love Stranger Things. I just love the movement. I talk about your all's reels. Guys, I don't know where y'all are coming up with some of this stuff. I'm scared to death to even make a weird frown. I can't imagine this time with balloons popping up what you do to me.
That'll have
but you boys are kicking ass. I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. I know you guys are getting together this weekend. I'm sorry. I'm here in Florida. We'd love to be with you all and hang out.
Yep. Well, all right, guys. Yeah, what'll be coming out next for you guys is actually
we'll miss you, Pops.
It'll be the back half. We will, Mike. It'll be the back half of Stranger Things season 3, which still hasn't come out yet. We just did some planning ahead, so that one still is coming. We're currently watching the 4th. But in terms of other Purple news, you can expect Stranger Things and It to be coming out. Stranger Things will be on Wednesday. It will be on Sundays. We're going to find a way to get Planes, Trains, and Automobiles in this month.
Yes,
but
sir.
probably going to be our only movie of the month of November. But it's a perfect one, and I think it's gonna do all we need from November. The best Thanksgiving movie there is, and hold me up to the fire. I'm not going to change my mind. It won't happen. It's the best one. I don't even know what there is. I'm sure there's others, but that is the Thanksgiving movie, and I'm incredibly excited to get in that one. But other than that, guys, if you're here, if you've listened all the way through, as always, thank you very much. If you're enjoying, please let us know. Share it around. That is a great great thing. We really do always appreciate that. We're trying to make this thing a bit bigger. We're trying to grow the club. We're trying to have a whole lot of fun with all you guys, get a little more interaction as well. So by all means, don't be a stranger. Reach out to us, share us around. We're trying to have a lot of fun with this here. So once again, guys, if you listen all the way through, thank you always. Sending love out your way. I hope you enjoyed your Halloween, and we'll be talking soon already. Bye-bye.